Hello everyone, welcome for this new weekly community show, and today we have plenty of very exciting news to share. Some patch notes obviously, but also the recap of the newsletter, what happened in the month of July, as well as some really exciting news from a new member that joined our team as developer. We're going to speak about all of that, but also, very important, the World Breaker event 2. You are invited, you and all your friends and your family and your guildies and your community member and all of your followership on social media. You are all invited to join us for the World Breaker event this 13th of August, starting at 10 a.m. CDT, aka 5 p.m. Central Europe time. So it's going to be very exciting to show the game to new players and to see what you think about it. So if you were hesitating about our game, if you were wondering how the development is going, what a small indie team is capable to pull off, if you are curious about the feature that we are proposing, the experience we are showing up, please join us, sign up for the World Breaker event and come with all your friends. It's a little bit difficult to give you an absolutely non-biased opinion. We are the creators of this game, so this game is dear to us and we are working very hard to make it a good game. So I think it's important to remember that it's an indie MMORPG and you cannot expect from us the same thing you will expect from ZeniMax or Amazon or, another big company like this. We are a small team, therefore our game is going to be a modest experience. But we are polishing it and working in a wise way to really give the best experience to our player without going into all the fancy and fluff things that we cannot afford to offer to our player yet. Maybe one day. In my opinion, what we're really trying to offer is an experience. It's feelings. It's feelings to the player. So when you enter the game and you're going through our content, you're feeling something. You're feeling adventure. You're feeling a sense of freedom and of discovery and a feeling of making friends with other players. That's our core fundament to this game. It's the feel of exploration and adventure and the feeling of friendship. Making memories with friends that you're making along the way. That's what we want our player to do. And how we succeed to do that, it doesn't really matter, but we are finely tuning and finding mechanics to the game, gameplay feature, and all kind of things to create that feeling. And like I've said many times in the episode just before, you don't have a secret formula to create feelings in the heart of your players. It's something that you have to, sense to be able to offer that. And so far so good. A lot of players really have that feeling, have shared with us, oh yeah, I had the feelings to be back in the EverQuest day, or I really like this, it make me think of blah blah blah, or Final Fantasy XI, or and Final Fantasy XI is a really nice example because that's not one of the inspiration of our team. I don't think most of us have played. I've never played that game. I think our tech director has never played that game. I think Drindin has never played that game. It was not one of our inspiration yet. A lot of players have been comparing us to Final Fantasy XI, meaning that we have succeeded something into the feeling and the experience. Because we are not trying to copy one of the first generation MMORPG by emulating them and using the same kind of gameplay feature they had, but we were trying to re-emulate the feeling that the player were experiencing when they first played those game, and then it's work for a completely different game that we were not even thinking about. And I think that really show off that we have succeeded to do something. So our game is certainly not going to be the most successful in the world. We're not trying to be the next World of Warcraft, but we just want to reach people and to show that we are existing, that we have this experience to offer, and that can be a very pleasing experience for both old school gamer but also the new generation of gamer that never had the chance to experience something like that, and maybe even too they're used to play Fortnite and Minecraft. They may very well be very attracted and seduced by this experience, a little bit slow paced, a little bit more immersive, where you have the time to make friends, where you have the time to observe the breeze going in the leaves of the trees and observe the sunset, and something a little bit more like that. And I do believe that in our very fast-paced world and our very fast-paced internet with a very competitive games, something like that which is based on cooperation, making friends and exploring the world will be a nice addition to the selection of really awesome game we already have. So we're not going to be released on Steam. It's going to be released on our own. We are publishing our game ourselves. All right, friends. So let's start up immediately with the patch notes. That's what we start the show with every time. So let's do that. So what's new? The bulk of our time this week was spent on the new dungeon, new weapon visual configuration, and revamping the quest system. Unfortunately, none of those were finished in time for this build. Even with most of our time eaten by other tasks, we were still able to fix a few technical issues, add in a new gathering bag, and update a number of designs. So, very important, very soon we will have the new dungeon and the new quest and the quest. We were hoping to have it this week. It was not possible because technical problems, etc. But next week you can expect, hopefully, unless some drama happen again, you can expect the new dungeon and the quest. And that will be really awesome because that's new content we really want and we were really looking forward to offer you guys. So the new dungeon, you probably have seen already the first dungeon that you can find in our newbie zone, New Haven Valley, also known as South New Haven, which was meant to be an introduction dungeon for new players. You enter at that dungeon at level 4, or at least you can. So you can imagine that's really an experience for a new player to really immediately sense how this is a game about adventuring and about grouping with other players. Alright. But that dungeon is also a simpler design and a smaller dungeon than the full experience we want to offer to you. And that is what you will discover next week, with the dungeon situated in Northreach, anciently known as North New Haven. And I'm very excited about it because I've never seen it myself either, and I'm very, very curious to see how vast it is and how the experience will have evolved from the first dungeon. So really looking forward to that. Then you have the quests. It has been a long time we were speaking about the quest. It has always been pushed further because of different reasons, but also because of the need of revamping the technology behind the quest system to allow us to be as creative as we wanted with our quest. And so that will be the first time that we will be able to share with you guys the lore of our world. Because the world, the lore of our world does exist, but we have never been really able to share it with you. We don't have a lot of description in the forum, and we are not speaking about it so much because we don't want to spoil it. But then you will have the opportunity to discover it through the quest system, and so I'm really excited about that. Alright, but that's not what we have this week. So this week, what's really interesting is the craft bag. So of course you can read all of the bugs, fix and improvements that has been worked on during this week, but I invite you to read this thread on the forum or to watch Alice Blue's video. I will put a link down below to her channel. She's always reading the quest, reading the patch notes for you if you don't want to read it. So the gathering bag, I'm very happy about that because that's one of the features I really wanted to be added in the game. I kind of pushed it a little bit, and so yes, we have it. It's so nice. So do not expect the crafting bag in our game to be like Elder Scrolls Online, which is an infinite crafting bag. Here it is reduced, so you cannot get all the things without consequence. You still have to pay attention to what you put into in your inventory. This is an important aspect of a game. Gathers rejoice. This week you have all unlocked a new gathering bag that can hold raw materials. It is not lost with your backpack, meaning that you can now gather while missing your belongings. And that's the main reason why you're not losing it with your backpack, because otherwise that option was considered. But now, even though you have lost your backpack, you can still gather on the way to retrieve your bag if you want. And you know, everyone knows here that it can take some time to retrieve your bag, and it's more difficult than it can seem sometimes. I must reiterate that this bag can only hold raw materials found through the world. The default key binding is G and can be remapped in the option. So if you do have refined crafting materials, you cannot put them in the gathering bag. This is really for just the raw materials. Note that the crafting process only looks for item in your bag and will ignore anything in your gathering bag. This has been tweaked with the patch just after the test. This will be remedied in a future patch, so it has been remedied, which means for now you just move raw materials from your gathering bag to your bag before you can refine them. So that's irrelevant because that has been changed already. So also one thing which is important related to the gathering bag, we already have been discussing that during the test on Wednesday, that it will be really nice to be able to expand the bag or to unlock it through a quest and stuff like that. All these kind of things are being considered. I think it will be indeed really nice for the feel of character progression to be able to expand slowly for some money, etc. You craft bag, so you really have this choice to make. Do you want to extend your personal bank, your account bank, or your craft bag, or the three of them, etc. And you will have to work for it. And so if you want to have everything maxed out, it will take you quite a large amount of time. So it is not to add a grind, but more to add to the feeling of progression. But for now, the craft bag is there. Give your feedback. Do you like it that way? Do you want it to be expandable in future for some more money? Do you want it to be unlocked for a quest? All that kind of things are very precious to know. So give your feedback on the forum or on Discord. So Omniscient, since I have not been at any dungeon, are they open world or do you enter some kind of portal? So we do have some open world dungeon, but the dungeon here that we're speaking are specifically underground. So you do have to consider them as a different zone. However, they are public dungeon, they are not an instance to your group or to yourself. So meaning that you go into that dungeon, you will be able to meet as a group or other players. It is a public dungeon, it's aimed for group play, so it will be very challenging and I don't think anyone can solo it unless you really overlevel the content. But the group are also flexible, so we have the maximum of 6 players in a group, but you can really go with 3 player, 4 player, 5 player. It doesn't have to be in a... It's not very strict, so we have a very flexible group system, which allow you to take more or less friends and tackle an adventure a little bit the way you want. It's also nice to have a 6-person group size, because we have 3 different roles, and so that allow you some flexibility with the role composition in your group as well. So work in progress, Norse New Haven Dungeon, new weapon visual, the quest, and the Ashen visual and tech. So that's another aspect of our game which will be very exciting. Ashen creatures are going to become crucial to collecting the also precious Ember Essence. Those require some new tech for spawning, along with allowing players to collect Ember Essence upon their death. After that, we can move on populating the world with Steam's mechanism for testing. I'm very excited about that new things as well, and I'm very curious to hear your feedback about it. The Ember Essence will be useful for upgrading your abilities, or certain of your abilities, meaning that that's when our magic system is going to be put in place. The other role of the Ember Essence will to allow you fast traveling between the Ember monoliths. And then there are several things we're thinking about, but we have not making a decision yet, whether we allow player to have a sort of Hearthstone abilities to teleport back to a certain place, or to have the group summon ability as well. But that's something that I really would like to see implemented in game if we can make it happen, because I think that in a game where you want to really support players playing together, everything that make grouping more easy and more comfortable and a little bit faster will be very helpful. So I think that's a group summon ability where you can summon your group with certain circumstances, of course, not every time, anywhere, whenever you want. But I think that would be very, very nice. Let's imagine the summoning stone in World of Warcraft in front of the dungeon, or the warlock summoning portal in World of Warcraft. You know, this kind of things that require several players, but can help to summon the rest of the group in a certain location. Hotfix for the weekend, so that's really nice. Fix the issue with the gathering bag showing multiple time. And plenty of other fix. Added a notification message when you transfer something to your inventory and it's either full or you're missing your belonging. But most importantly, while fixing up the snakeweed and barberry bushes, I noticed that all of our tree and bush are looking a bit anemic compared to what they should look like. After some investigation, I found that their material alpha clip value were set too high, resulting in leaves being substantially smaller. With the above fix to snakeweed and barberry, you should notice those items appearing more full. For next week, I intend to revisit all trees and foliage items to correct this issue. Here is a comparison of one of our oak tree. Left fixed, right current. Look at that. That's a nice difference, isn't it? So that's the the meme someone did. Like, this is going to be awesome. I'm so happy about that. When there is some little tweak that are done to our graphics, it has happened a lot since we started develop this game, and the game is so much more beautiful than it was before. I could show my old screenshot. At some point I will do that because it will be fun. I will do a thread where I show the old screenshot when we started to develop the game. So the really first pass of South New Haven and what it has become today, with the new skybox, with all the improvement, with Unity 21, and all the thing. It's mind-blowing, and that's really, really great. So Jake Hadekeg is asking, so it's recommended to play as part of a group or solo? Our game is meant to play in a group, but you can absolutely solo the game. everything is doable, or your whole progression is doable as a solo player. Of course, there's places where you cannot go as a solo player because the content is in for a group. But you can find that very easily. We have a system in game where you can see if the content is adapted to solo player or not. We have a system of chevron on each mob. So 1 chevron is for solo player, 2 chevron is for a small group of 2 or 3 player, and 3 chevron is for a full group of, let's say, 5-6 player, and having a tank, a healer, and some striker. So you can really see where to go, where to not go. You can also decide, okay, I have a good equipment, I'm a good player, I'm going to tackle on content that are aimed for a 2 player, for example, and take mobs that are 2 chevron. You can challenge yourself, obviously, but the whole game is made to encourage players to play with each other. The classes are balanced in such a way where everyone has some tool and it will combine nicely together. So the experience as a solo player might not be as exciting as a group. So that depends on your taste. Some players really like to solo play, even our game. So who are we to judge? But at least you know you can do the whole content and level all of your character by yourself if you want. But it's not really the purpose of the game. The purpose of the game is really to encourage players to build friendship and play together and cooperate with each other and support each other. The newsletter! The newsletter is the state of the game in July. So I'm not going to read you the whole newsletter either, because Alice does that very well on her YouTube channel that I recommend you to check out. But there's a little recap of everything. So, what have we done? Dungeons have been a huge focus in July's development. We have spent a lot of time getting the tech right to make the process easier and faster in the future. We're beginning to utilize that tech. We're implementing our first dungeon beyond the old wall now, and players will be able to test it out very soon. What will you find in the vein of the world? New creatures? New treasure? You will have to come and find out. We continue to tinker with our crafting system in order to get it just right. We have added a material bag to go along with your adventuring bag, and we are allowing players to learn a 3rd profession upon reaching level 12 in harvesting or crafting. This should make things a little bit easier for players to accomplish their crafting goal when they are out grouping and exploring the world. Another area we have been able to take a look at is the balance between utility abilities that are lifesaver in certain situations or popular out of combat versus abilities that are highly useful in every combat encounter. We are iterating this by expanding the action bar to 8 slots. This allows players to have a little more wiggle room as they plan out their kit for different zone or combat situation. Our death mechanic had a tech pass. You're now able to utilize your stash, and it's fun to accomplish certain things, like repairing your equipment and purchasing consumable, making it all the more important to visit your stash frequently. You will also be able to check loot and equip or swap out item in your inventory, even while your bag is missing. Check the July 27th patch notes for more details, or the last episode of the weekly community show published on YouTube. There has been a lot more accomplished in July, but we all hit the major point in this newsletter. Look at that. So that's really cool. So if you want to read the whole newsletter, please check it out. You can subscribe to the newsletter. The newsletter is publishing each month to give you the news of the development. One another big news that we have to announce is Moreland TV joining us as a narrative designer. Was it the title? I always miss the title. In any case, if it's not the correct title, please forgive me. In any case, Moreland TV, which is a streamer, and a very nice streamer that has been focusing on MMORPG for many years. He also has a YouTube channel. He's a Twitch partner. Is quite popular, and he really fall in love with our game, so to speak. I think I'm not using too big words here. We can see his video where he's sharing his full experience about that, and he's explaining how it happened, why he did it, why he liked the game, etc. It was a very nice video, very flattering for us in the team to see that. But basically, we have been contacting Moreland TV as a content creator, and he went to check the game like a few months ago, probably in February, something like this, and it really worked nicely, and he got invested more and more and more. And so now he's a full-time dev in our team, so that's really nice. It's really nice to have him and to work together with him. So it's a narrative designer. So what is this role? Well, basically, we have our lore that we have been creating with our team. We have done that together when we changed our IP in 2021 and when we announced it. So it's something that we have been creating together. Everyone had the opportunity to share their IDs, and we melted all those IDs together to create our own lore, which I think is extremely exciting because it's something we have done together. But then come the moment when you need to make this lore active, and it has to transfer in the game, so you need people to write quests. So we do have several quest writers, and then Moreland TV started as a quest writer as well, but we needed a person to coordinate all of that and to ensure that the narration and all of the lore is consistent. You all know probably certain IP where the lore has started to, over the years, become contradictory or not making sense anymore, and it's very irritating. So here it's a very important role, and I think that a game like Elder Scrolls Online is doing that very well, especially as they combine together with Bethesda. So they're working really hard to keep their lore fitting and not contradicting each other, and so they have one person that take care and ensuring that everything makes sense. And so that's what Moreland TV is going to make as a role. So do you want to discover as a streamer? Of course, he streams as a game. It is going to also stream Embers Adrift. He already streamed Embers Adrift, but this is his video. So I wanted to find a little extract of his video to show.
I'm not excited about any of the new MMOs that are popular right now. I don't want my career to be about forcing myself to enjoy games that don't resonate with me, which is how streaming has felt for, in certain cases with certain games. But being part of this process, knowing that if I make a good argument for something, it will actually be listened to, like that is exciting. And there are times when I might have an idea or an argument for something, and someone else doesn't agree, and they can articulate why. And even if I end up being wrong about something, my understanding on that topic becomes deeper as a result of that dialogue. And it is so creatively fulfilling to work with people like that. It's so hard to come by. And that's really where I want to be right now. So after 6 years of streaming, I put together a resume. I told Drendon about my professional QA and design experience from before streaming. I offered my skills in writing and communication, everything else that I thought that I could bring to the table. And they said, okay, let's start you off with, as a contractor, give you some specific tasks, see what you can do. And so I did that on the side for a little bit while continuing to stream. And they liked the work, and now here we are. I'm full time. So now, when I do stream or make videos, I can do that without worrying about what game is going to get the most views. I can just do what feels right, and streaming can go back to doing something. Can go back to being something rather that I find invigorating rather than draining. And so, even though I'm going to be streaming less now, I think it'll be a lot more fun for you guys to watch when I am live. And I'd like to make more YouTube videos too. I'd like to make more videos like the Project 99 video where I focus on games that don't necessarily have as big of an audience and do my part to give them, some of the recognition that they deserve. So, to be honest, it's still kind of surreal. I'm still adjusting. Part of me doesn't believe this is actually happening, but it is. And this is a super cool opportunity. I want to thank all of you guys for the discussions that we've had and will continue to have about MMOs and how to make them better.
If you want to read the next part of the video, you will have to check it out for yourself on his YouTube channel and give a like because that's help out always content creator. And it's all right. Now it's very important to speak about the World Breaker event. The World Breaker event is the moment where you guys can check the game for yourself. If you want to try out Embers Adrift for free, if you're curious about what the hell this game is, if you're wondering what a small team of 11 developers can do, or many other reasons, it's the best moment for you to sign up the World Breaker event. You just have to sign up, and then of course we have some limitation, but honestly, we're kinda large. So come with your friend, tell your family, tell your community, tell your guilds, share the link all around you, retweet the tweet we have done, etc. So may we have a very big event with a very large influx of players. Our goal is to stress our server. If the game crash, it's good because it means it will give us some limit. Okay, so we are there for gathering data around a large influx of player. So we want to have a large influx of player. So come with all your friends. The event starts the Saturday 13th of August, so not tomorrow, but next week, at 10 a.m. CDT or 5 p.m. Central Europe time, which is 4 p.m. UK time, and it will last the whole weekend. So you come with your friend, you come with your guilds, come check it out. Let's break it. Yeah, exactly. Let's break it. But I have something special for this World Breaker event. Look at this. This is a little post I've been writing, welcoming party to the World Breaker newcomers. So that's for the alpha and beta tester that has been part of Embers Adrift community for a long time. So here it is. I'm reading the post. Hey friend, next weekend is the World Breaker event. This time, instead of organizing a beta tester party around the lake, which is what I did the last time, it was funny, but this time we're being more useful. We're being more generous. So instead of organizing a beta tester party around the lake, I would like to set up something to welcome the newcomers and make them feel part of the family immediately. And for that, I need your help and participation. So that's for every alpha and beta tester that are currently in the game. And you can help me even this weekend. What's the idea? Crafter a night. Let's create delicious consumable to offer our newcomers. Potion, food, tea, and grand torch. Especially grand torch. You know how precious they are, don't you? So yes, we need to provide them grand torch. We could also farm low-level regions. Let's welcome the newcomers with a little care package and some information around the second camp in South New Haven or New Haven Valley to not overcrowd the starting area but being close enough for new players to reach out after having tackled the basic by themselves. Mentoring. Any volunteers? I also would like to organize a mentoring system through the weekends. It will be fantastic to have volunteer to create group 1 or 2 mentors plus several new players to introduce new players to the game, giving them tips and tricks and especially show them the grouping aspect of our game. For maximum flexibility and leaving room for improvisation, let's use the LFG tools combined with Discord LFG in the global channel to advertise those groups and introduce new players to the best Embers Adrift has to offer. We especially want to point out the use of the LFG tool. So the idea was this event is really to bring new player to the group feel that we have in Embers Adrift. Sometimes when you just jump in an event like that, or it's the first time you play a game, you're a little bit shy, especially with the first 2 levels. You're not thinking about making a group. And the game is so much more fun when you play it with other players. So we really want to initiate new players and help them out and make them feel welcome and get them some stuff. They are not there for a very long time. It's just a world breaker event. So unless they decide to pre-order the game afterward, they're just there for this weekend. So they do not have to experience the full experience of grinding your crafting materials, etc. We can give them some help. So they really have the time to just purely enjoy the game. They don't have to have the real progression feel. Not for this event. So we can do that. And I suggest any beta tester or alpha tester seeing this to take the chance this weekend to prepare that together. During the streams I will be doing this weekend, I will be focusing on this type of activity, on farming ingredient, farming region for newbie player, and have a little stack in my storage so I can welcome them warmly with some care package. There it is. So I will take the chance that things are a little bit quieter. For introducing anyone new to the basic of the game. So here we are with a nice little group. White Lion is a experienced beta tester or alpha tester. I'm not sure when he joined, probably in the beta. But Delin and Ash, they are both new players. They're discovering the game right now. In here we are in a nice area at night. This place is filled with smugglers. I'm going to share that in the party chat. So at night here we have smugglers running around. So this is important. This thing here is an ember pillar. Okay, so when you discover it, it can allow you to teleport you. So this is a teleporter to another ember pillar. If you discover it first, there is only one per zone. So for now, it's free to travel, but in future it will cost ember essence that you will have to gather. I do have a bow to pull, so I'm going to pull things. All right, we pull things. Let's pull things. Let's do it. Right. Okay, I'm super good at pulling. I'm awesome. But if we go far enough, one guy will probably forget about us. Yep, that's the case. The second guy, I'm going to simply stun it because I'm a brigand and I can stun things. It's cool. isn't he? So there we go. I really like the Brigand. It's my favorite striker. That being said, I've never played a Warden. I really will need to try a Warden at some point and see how fun it is, because I know the Warden is very powerful as well. Oh, there we go. Has been calling his friend. Yes. Oh, the short bow. That's really cool. Yeah, I'm going to need that. So the bolt are for you. Bolt are for supporter. Arrow for strikers. And I really like the short bow rather, but this long bow is pretty good, I think. Yeah, that short bow is less good. Yeah, maybe I should have not needed that. Never mind. For now I'm going to use the long bow. But I often like to have at some point I played double bow. Short and long bow. Right? This is so nice. Ooh. Very nice. I have some already. I have some pants. The one I have are yellow. We'll have too much people. Back. Okay, never mind. Alright, I'm going to stunt this one. Oh, this is going to be hard. Oh, we have a tree. Okay, run. Alright. We cannot do it. We have a tree. We need to run. Run until they lose track. So that will be a long way. But you can follow me. Why short and long? So the short bow is very interesting because you do not have a penalty when you are in short range. With the long bow, you cannot use it when you are in melee. You need a certain range to be able to use it. So it's inconvenient sometimes to use a long bow. So it's nice because you have a longer distance with your arrow, so you can. It's very good for pulling, but in general you pull and then you swap weapon. With a short bow, you can. It's more flexible, basically. Okay, so no one died. Now here we have only one, so that we can do. If there's only one target, we can do it. Okay, that's good. That's good. That's good. All right, that we can do. You see, the tree Sharon stuck with us. Sturdy buckler. There we go. That was fun. I also really like my gloves. I think they look really cool. Oh, I don't have a lot of water anymore. Damn. Those gloves. Yeah, I received those gloves actually. It's Steve's glove, and they are half +5 penetration, so which can be very good. So here there's a little mine. Look at this little teeny mine. Oh, so well, that's nice. I will decline because I have some. Thanks, but I do have some. Offer that to Ash or Glyn. They may like tea very much too. Yeah, my keyboard doesn't work very nicely. Hey, what's up? What's going on with my keyboard? What? What the hell happened? I think my keyboard have added some French keyboard, and it just went down. So it's like my keyboard was reacting like it was a AZERTY while it's a QWERTY, but I really love the atmosphere of this zone. Like I've been spending, I promise you, I've been spending 2 years in this zone. Is it 2 years? Well, it's 1 year now for sure. More than that. So yeah, it's probably 2 years. And I'm not tired of it. Oh my god. Okay, look here. Really nice. Altos mine. A big mine. Oh, I'm alone, everyone. Where is everyone? Over there. Okay. I'm joining you guys. It's okay. I've taken another pass. Yeah, because we will have some rat again. Shit. Yeah, I'm bringing rats. I'm not the only one to bring rat, I see. Someone else is pursued by rats. Hello, Light. Hi. Yes, I'm having a really good day. What about you? I hope you're good. What? The bug is defending the stupid rat as well now? Okay, I'm stunning that bug. Not facing target. Yes, I'm facing target. Thank you. The bug is stun. Not anymore. Oh, it's okay because we don't have rat anymore, so that's good. Okay, fine. Defensive. Target. A rabbit. Look at that. A spleen grain embrace. Really good. It's going good. Just came back from town. Trying to get new tar. Oh, that's not that fun. I hope everything went well for you. Bugs are the bodyguard of the animal kingdom. It seems like it. But that means that there's probably a bug. Because they are supposed to defend just the doe. So I will have to report that. Seems bugs are defending other targets as well, such as beer or even rats. Need to test more. Okay, so this is really great, this sentence. But X. Thank you. Here. There we go. So if you find a bug or an oddity in game, or especially a graphic things that doesn't work, like a floating tree or something like that, you can always give a report. From cleaning my clothes. Oh shit, yeah. I got to read for an hour and so I write a bit, but getting tired failed and we'll try again another day. Oh no, that's not fun. Let's get rid of this dough. Yep, that was a nice crit. Yeah, 19. So you have seen me doing this type of content a lot, obviously. But you can see the small tuning and little change that happened. Like for instance, I have a super cool pant. Okay, I'm going to stun the two. Okay? So I'm going to stun the two. You don't have to take care of that one. There we go. So we can take care of the other one. Really nice. But I think I will want to have a double dagger or something like that rather than a one-hander. Like I have. Well, it's kind of nice, but still I think I would prefer to have two small weapons than just one big two-hander. So welcome to everyone that just joined in the stream right now. Do not hesitate to ask questions if you have any question. I'm going to pull this creature with an overpower. There it is. Oh shit. We have a tree coming. I'm trying to go further. No, we still have the tree coming. Alright, it's okay. Oh no, it's not coming. Alright. Well, whatever then. Was just going to see and then say, oh, everything is fine. Okay, fine. So the EI is kind of interesting. Oh, Ash is level 3. Ooh. Nice. Yeah. I'm really enjoying myself. More I play this game, the better I like it. There's a special atmosphere about. Okay, okay. If we pull far away, no, she saw us. Okay, I'm going to stun her. I'm going to keep her stunned, so don't care about her. There it is. Let's just kill this guy. Yeah. That's going to be nice. A little overpower on his face. Yep. She's going to... There we go. Come here. Oh, that's fine. She was done. Okay, cool. That was good. Look at this beautiful end of day atmosphere. I love the light. Oh, that's nice. All right, Ash. So let's say something. It's not because it's blue that it's magica or mana. So this is called by the community. We are sitting to regain stamina. We are staminating. Staminates. Staminates. Yeah, I know, I know. I know, I was just teasing you. So that has been called by some member of our community. Staminating. I staminate. That sounds dirty. Meditate to regain stamina. Staminates. Yeah, it's not the official term, of course, but it's a community term. I like it. It's very fun. There, some arrow. I need that. I will need the arrows. So what time it is? Okay, 5 p.m. That's good. Right. Oh yeah, you have plenty of mine here. Well, it makes sense because we are in a mine. Okay. I'm going to, and try to pull... let's see if we have anyone. Yeah, we have this one. Okay, good. For once I'm pulling correctly. Pretty happy about that. Because very often I fail my pulls. I'm not the best puller. Okay, I'm going to try to see this patrol. And then after that we can just... Really? Well, you know, you're boring. Okay. And the night is falling soon. What's that? A sturdy warhammer, copper warhammer. Nice. Need to rest a little bit. And voila, the show is ending for today. I hope you enjoyed this episode. If you have any question, do not hesitate to leave your question in the comments below. And don't forget to sign up for the World Breaker event on our website. There will be a link in the informations below. Obviously, bring your friends, bring your guilds, bring your communities, and speak about the game all around you. The World Breaker event is the best occasion to discover the game and discover what we have been working on, and to save you $50 or €50 if you don't want to invest the money, which is perfectly understandable when you do not know about a game very much and you do not know yet if you are going to enjoy it. So doubtful about our game, curious about our game, join the World Breaker event. You take care of yourself. I will see you next time for a next episode. And don't forget, you can join me on Twitch TV to see them live. And I'm also offering a beta key every week until the launch. So check us out. Take care of yourself. See you soon. Bye.